Good evening, folks, and welcome to the virtual comedy studio. It's Tuesday night, which means it's time for Farris and Friends. I don't know what you normally do on a Tuesday night, but this is probably better than that. Please give it up for your host for tonight's program. She is the ultimate host of Farris and Friends. Please give it up for Kathe Farris.
Thank you, Eli. I always worry about my introduction, so thank you.
Keep you on your toes.
I do want to stop and say that this is my last introduction from Eli. This is the last time Eli and I are doing this show together, and I'm going to miss you, and I want to thank you so much for everything you did to keep this thing going during the pandemic.
I appreciate your appreciation.
I appreciate your appreciation and my appreciation. So this is going great. Thank you all for being here for our return people who come every week. Thank you. We appreciate you. The people who are on our Facebook watch parties, like my sister Kara. I'm not going to be talking about you tonight, so you can just keep scrolling. I don't need your text, okay? I'm trying to do my craft here. So this is Farris and Friends. I'm very excited. It's our last one of 2020, and it is chock full of talent and interest and lots of stuff. Like, we have a father-son duo who will be debuting tonight, which is exciting. This is one of the great things about Farris and Friends. Not only do we have seasoned comedians like one of the finalists from the Boston Comedy Festival on tonight, we also have people who are just starting out, and that's what is so amazing about this show and makes me the Mother Teresa of comedy. I didn't say that. I guess I did say that. But anyway, if I want this to catch on, we can just want that to catch on. I'll give it a minute. You guys, Mother Teresa of comedy, hashtag. Okay. We do have a father-son duo on, and I thought, I was excited about it, and then
Can I say something really quick? Did you forget me?
No, Ellen. What do you mean, Ellen? I didn't talk about Kathleen yet. I mean, Kathleen's on, and I love Kathleen.
All right.
Kathleen's got a great podcast.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Keep going. I just was wondering why you didn't say me.
Ellen, it's so good that I'm a professional that I can just keep going when you interrupt me when I'm in the street. I had everybody right here. Like, honestly, I feel like our viewership was like, what is she going to say next? What I was going to say next is that when I had a father and son coming on, I was excited, but then I also got competitive, and I thought, well, I've got a daughter. I can maybe bribe her to be on it. So for the last 4 days, I have been trying to find ways to bribe or make it a consequence to come on Mom's show, because that's how I do consequences in my family. We don't do timeouts. We don't take things away. I just make them go on my shows. And it didn't work, mainly because my daughter has a lifestyle of an 80-year-old, so I can't find anything. But I really wanted her to be on the show because I'm very excited about, and I say this not knowing a lot about it, but she's on TikTok, and she won't let me have her handle, so I can't share it with any of you. That's how close we are. But I did find out that one of her posts has been, and I think that's what they call them, posts, had a lot of popularity. And let me just back up and say what happened was Jessica asked for this 72 count of colored pencils for Christmas. And I thought, I think that's great. What's the harm in that? I think journaling is good, and her feelings and all of that. But Jessica took those colored pencils and made anarchy in our family because she decided to design her own gift bags because she felt that the conventional ones just weren't okay. And then she decided to put it on TikTok and has over 45,000 people viewing it. And so I thought I could bribe her to be on the show. That didn't happen because why? My empty threats aren't believable. And I'm working on that. But what I did do was I stole the artwork because somebody doesn't recycle. And I gave them to my producer, Eli. And I have them here for you guys tonight. So suck it, Jesse. So tonight, throughout the show, I'm going to be sharing with you her redesigns of gift bags. And so the first one I want to share with you is what she calls skinny claws. And basically, it's her way of saying that I think that Santa Claus has an eating disorder. I don't know. I think that's where this is going, but he's really craving a side salad and not a cookie. And I think that that is not a good message for people. Let me just say, if you're going to tune in, it gets worse. It gets worse. And I don't want to be judged for it because art is art. Right? That's just how it goes. Go ahead, Ellen. I can see it. What?
I got nothing. There's a bunch of stuff I have, but I'm not gonna. I don't get it.
It's a Christmas miracle. Are you kidding me?
So what you're saying, so I'm trying to get the joke of it is that, so this kid sees Santa and he's like, oh, hey, Santa, here's some cookies. And Santa's like, no, I just want a salad. Santa's kind of a dick.
Is it
No,
body
Ellen.
shaming?
What, Bill?
Body shaming Santa?
Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Jesus, Ellen. Okay, let's just get the show started. God damn. This is how we were starting out. Yes, Bill, he's body shaming Santa. That's how it goes. That's where we're going with this.
I don't get nuances very good.
Buckle up, this is going to be this kind of show. It's the last one of 2020. Who do we have to impress, all right?
Do this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's kick this off. One of our favorite friends has agreed to be on our last show, and we love her, and she's got a great podcast called The Gimme. She is a favorite in Boston. Please clear your screen for Kathleen DeMarle. Hi, Kathleen. Thank you for being on the show.
Hi. I think it's funny that you say I'm a favorite in Boston because all I know is that there's a group chat out there and a comedian was like, you're the only person that they don't talk shit about. And I was like, well, they don't know me.
Why do they talk shit about me?
I don't know. Apparently there's some group chat and they were talking and they were surprisingly talking positively about me. But anyway, I know it's hard to tell from my seated position, but I'm a tall lady. I am 5'11", so I'm 2 inches taller than the average American male. And I live in downtown Boston. And there are pros and cons with that. Now I know it's 2020, so like people are socially distancing, obviously, but in normal terms, some of the cons are that I'm constantly getting asked to help rescue cats out of trees or like reach for things in the grocery store. But some of the pros are that it makes walking home alone at night really nice. Because like I'm a two-man job. Like I am a lot of limb. I got a lot of legs. They just don't know what to do. The other thing about me is that I give off a Girl Scout troop leader vibe. Like this has been a topic of my comedy for quite some time. Mostly because when I put on a pair of Bermuda shorts, I look like a Girl Scout troop leader that would be named Big Kathe. That is the vibe that I have given off for quite some time. And I have come to the realization recently that this vibe does not just mean like when I'm wearing shorts, it has also transitioned to my personal life. Like I found out recently that my neighbors all think I'm the superintendent of this building. I don't know if it's because I live in the basement. I don't know if it's because I am tall and so people look up to tall people. But within the last 2 weeks, not only have I been asked to help somebody with a lockout because I'm the least weird person in the building, I also had one of my neighbors knock on my window to help her get back into her apartment. So, I guess this Girl Scout troop energy, like troop leader energy, like transfers over. Now I'm just Superintendent DeMarle. That's fine. This year has been kind of weird for me. I'm a very social person, so usually what I end up doing is, I like to go to comedy shows, I like to see friends, but because we can't do any of that, I've had to take on other activities to be social, which means that I've had to take on being a whore during the pandemic. Just love that. The problem is that I don't pick well because the two men that I decided to hook up with during the pandemic both could not pitch the tent, if you know what I'm saying. They could not. I don't know what happened. One of them told me that my taste in music was bad and that's why it couldn't happen. I don't know. And I've had a lot of people that have like felt bad for me because I've had these 2 broken dicks in my home. And to that, I say that I've had worse happen this year. I had my dog die in this apartment this year. Yeah, back in January. My dog also happens to be a one-eyed wiener dog. So I guess you could say I've had 3 dead wieners in the apartment this year. At least she had a little bit of life when she left, guys. At least she had a little something going on. Oh man, I feel like I'm being very like sad tonight, but that's okay. I think that's okay. I have truly been trying to branch out in my time in the pandemic. I've been trying to date, which is hard to do. And the nice thing is that I have a very close group chat of other friends where I am the token straight person. And so they're always like haranguing me on to, you know, go on these dates and do all that sort of stuff. But I don't know when to listen to them anymore, because recently I got asked out on a date and I found out the guy was shorter than me, and they said, it's fine. Like, this is 2020. You have to just accept that you might date a shorter guy. Fine. So I went on the date. And then it turned out that this man wanted me to peg him. I told my group chat and they said, Kathleen, it's 2020. You're a woman. Take back the patriarchy. Peg this man. And then I found out a couple days later via Messenger that this guy was into dressing up in latex outfits. And my group chat was like, maybe don't date this guy. I need a better punchline to end that joke. But I think that just wraps how my 2020 has been. I'm going to give it back to Kathe and Ellen. Thank you guys so much.
Kathleen, well,
I
first
have
of all,
so much to say.
okay, you go first.
Okay.
Mine's about camping, but go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, maybe they think you look like a burglar, like a badass burglar, and that's why they asked you to break into their apartment, which I have to say, that's a good look. And
A better look.
I applaud you on that. And second of all, what music were you listening to?
It was a 70s playlist.
Oh, I hope
So,
that,
like the Bee Gees?
I don't even remember. I was like very drunk and he was like, this is bad music. And I was
That
like,
guy's projecting, man.
so you put on sweet love making R&B music, and he, yeah, you know what?
That doesn't make sense. All the music in the 70s was all innuendo. They tried to make it like
Yes.
that it was like first of all, Afternoon Delight I thought was about Sundays until like 2002. So they're liars. They're liars. But here's the thing that you got is that you got a lot of material off this. Because look at that. That was 5 minutes of material.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. I mean, I've had a lot of bad sex in my
valuable.
life.
That's valuable.
A lot of bad sex in my life, and I don't have one bit about it. So, good for you.
Okay, that's a good way to.
And also, you are like, hey, Kathe. Thank God, Kathe knows what pegged means now. When the first time they came on,
You know, I just want to say to the people who have been watching us through the whole pandemic, remember in March when I didn't know what that was? See, for me, it was about your pant leg. It was a way that you.
It was so funny. Joe Medoff goes, you guys all know what pegging is? And Kathy's like, yeah. And I was like, and afterwards I was like, she doesn't, ask her now.
and that wasn't nice. But I did learn, and so I think it's come full circle. And the people that do watch us every week, see what happens, a tie back. It took 7 months, but we did it.
We did do it.
Yeah, I remember.
High five, Kathleen. You brought it home.
Yes, thanks, Kathleen. You guys remember her podcast, The Gimme? Please check her out. She's amazing. And if you're, if you're single and you're tall, Kathleen's lovely. She's just lovely.
thank you.
All right. Well, let's just keep going. Okay, so I was going to say let's just keep going, but I just want to take a step back here because this is big. This is like our debut, and I always like to make a big deal about when people are doing something new. So this is their first time doing stand-up on Farris and Friends. And I'm very excited about this because Bill is a friend of mine and he contacted me. And I'm not going to say that it was... I'm not going to say that I wasn't concerned when he called me because he called from his pantry closet and yeah. Hey, listen, you still got that show going on? Do you still got that show going on? Do you still got that show going on? Because, you know, I think what would be good is like if me and my son came on, like, because my son has moved back because of the pandemic and it's great. Things are great. And I think it'd be great if I don't know, like maybe we could come on the show and right away I'm like, you had me at the first, like, hallucination, Bill. You're on the show. On the show. No, he's a funny friend of mine, and I've been wanting to meet his son anyway, and this is a great way to do it. And I just love that they're taking this bungee jump together into stand up. You guys, Bill and Aiden.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
I thought I was going to start.
Oh, I thought I was. No,
No, I'm
okay,
gonna try it out.
go ahead.
Kathe,
Hi, Aiden.
have this on.
He's been pegging. Is that good?
Oh, no.
Bill already steals it.
Stay far away from
Run it home.
But yeah, no, you summed up. I have been living at home recently.
Since March.
Since March, and it's been disappointing.
That hurts.
It's
Yeah.
been disappointing.
Yes.
We
I
have,
was thrilled to have my child back home, but
we've decided to try to spend our time wisely. Times are tough, so we wanted to get a little recurring revenue going on as well. So we decided to start a little pot farm.
yeah. We Aiden came home with some seeds.
As like a gag.
yeah,
like
as a
I was,
gag,
I was
yeah.
being funny.
This is the town of Walpole, by the way, which the Globe reported as the third most conservative town in the Commonwealth. But Aiden came home with pot seeds, and we were kind of joking about it. I went out and I just was like, okay, let's do this. And I got a grow tent, lights, fans, this hot soil, which is like, who knew? It was like buying caviar. But all this stuff together, and we started growing the weed.
Yeah. And, he went full Walter White on us. I'm real excited.
Yeah.
It's funny too, going to these pot stores with him. It's an interesting dynamic because the clerks are just stoned out of their minds, and they don't make great salesmen. They don't want to sell you anything.
They want to talk,
They
and
just
we're
want
like,
to talk.
we're
Great
asking,
energy.
yeah, we're asking about all hydroponics and this, and he's like, oh, no, I don't do that.
No, dude, you get really high on
hydroponics,
this,
man.
but-
Yeah. Oh. But the thing is, though, we turned it into pot butter. We're in the kitchen, and
Oh, I love pot butter.
yeah, we're doing his video right here, and
Oh, you can smell it.
it's really strong. It's very, very strong.
It doesn't look safe.
It's certainly not FDA approved.
Right. So tell them about the cookies.
Yeah, so we grew it, and it was a surprising success. We made butter, and then we made them into cookies. But the weird part about it is we've done it under this sort of cloud of, I don't know, want to say secrecy, but our mom's not the biggest fan of it. But
She grew up an Irish Catholic, and her siblings just drank beer and thought drugs were the end of the world.
so she doesn't really want us eating them. So we've made all the cookies. Now they just sit here.
Just sit here in
And
a
you-
platter.
You can't eat them, but what I found is that you can nibble.
Yes.
So throughout the week, you can take bits and pieces, and she won't notice till the end of the week. She'll then ask questions, but you could just try to ignore her.
Right. One little sidebar of the cookies was that of the plants rather was that they outgrew the grow tent, and so we had to put them outside. And so I lined them up in the front yard, which is the part of the house that gets the sun, and go on the street. And, you know, we had power lines were down and there were 3 Walpole PDs out front. We're like, oh shit, this is it. Yeah. We're going to be locked up.
But it was good.
I'm
proud of us.
Yes.
Our little pot farm was a
Right.
success.
Right.
I love the fact that you guys cooked, you baked cookies, but you're too afraid to eat them because your mother won't allow you to eat them.
I think it's impressive that they made butter. Butter is one of the hardest things to make out of a pot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It took me like 6
Yes.
stores to find cheesecloth.
Right.
yeah, cheesecloth. Yeah, I am more than impressed, and I am going to request that in my first show of 2020, you guys send out. I'll have a list of comics, and you guys will send each of them a cookie, and we'll do a cookie show.
What you should do is have Bill and Aiden come on your show and do a cooking show.
We could be like,
That would be fun.
Let's do
Okay.
it. Look at this. We're merging people.
We're working.
We're
Networking.
Also, I want to have Bill's wife on this because I feel like there's this tension. I feel like they're afraid, you know. Because here's the thing: I'm Irish Catholic too, and it's just not about the beer. It's about the guilt and the obligation and the side eye.
Right. Now, the other thing we have to tell you is that Aiden has been working out of the house. He works for a tech company based in San Francisco, and that's been a little bit strange for him because he tends to work in the kitchen. And we've had a few situations that were like an 80s sitcom where
Bad 80s.
yeah. I thought he was talking to me, and he was talking to his colleagues or doing sales. Hey, how are you? I said, oh, good. You know, how's your day? I said, fine. He's like, shut up. I was, you know, it's like, no. That was.
You okay?
Yeah, no. You're stroking out. It's the butter.
I think it's the cookies.
Yeah, and it was funny too because he interrupted me, but I was like, no, I can assure you that 3 p.m. on a Tuesday, I do not care how your day is. I can assure you that.
Right. I would say they were at 5 o'clock. How was your day? It was like, what are you talking about?
I like that Aiden has this kind of attitude where he's sitting in the middle of your kitchen and you're like, I assure you, I am not asking you
right.
how you are doing.
Oh,
Oh my God. I don't know why I didn't meet you people before. I mean, as a Jew, I'm always looking for a wonderful family to spend Christmas with. And you guys are my perfect family. So
You really are.
I'll see you next Christmas.
We'll spin a dreidel with you.
Yeah, I will see you next Christmas.
Right?
Those are the kind of cookies I like to leave out for Santa.
Bill and Aiden, anything else before we go?
You know, Justin, we've learned a lot from each other. And one thing I've learned, Kathe, I know I told you that I'm a digital tech tragedy. I'm always struggling. And like when I have professional calls on Zoom, I never know how to raise my hand. So Aiden actually gave me this and I use this. That's been helping. So Aiden, what have you learned from being with your dad?
I kind of like to grow weed.
Yeah. So if you act now, dial 1-800-BILL. We'll send you this pot. Yes, thank you.
Hey, there was more butter in that before.
Ellen, let them close out their set. Jesus.
Yeah, that's okay.
Go, Bill and Aiden.
Yeah, thank you. No, we'll put this away. All right.
Okay, you guys, that's Bill and Aiden. They will be on Wicked Good Comedy in February with their cooking show. Please check it out.
Show.
Yeah, first Thursday in February.
Yeah, with their cooking show. This is exciting. See, this is what happens. This is how we do this. That was excellent, you guys. That was their first time, right? I mean, you should be really proud of that. You know, your wife's gonna be real mad, but let's just take this in for a minute, okay? Let's just take this in.
No idea.
Yeah.
She has no idea.
No,
No, about the comedy shit.
Yeah. No, she of course no. I think
No,
she's
we're
even
kidding,
listening.
we're kidding.
Yeah, we're joking. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say we should have had her on here. Okay, so in February when I'm back, I'm going to have Bill and Aiden's
The comedy that ended
Bill's
in divorce.
wife. This would be great. That was great. Thank you guys so much. See, this is what Farris and Friends is all about. It's very loose, but we're also like we're getting into the issues of today, like camping and pegging and, and making pot butter. Making pot butter. I do want to bring it back to me because it's called Farris and Friends, and I want to share with you another one of Jessica's art. And this one has a little bit more sexual tension than the last one did. And I am not taking any responsibility for it. And this is what Jessica says is the sexual tension between two nutcrackers. Yeah, so this was a gift bag that she gave one of us. I think actually my mother-in-law. So that was a little tough. That one was tough. I'm gonna just say that one was tough. And then the next one, I think just went a little too far about an elf on the shelf. My kids are too old for elf on the shelf, but for some reason that she brought it in, and the way she introduced it is, look at these hams. So that's what's going on with Jessica's art, and we're very proud of her. And I think she could have done a better job introducing this than I did, but well, she decided not to be on it, so that's how it goes. You guys, we still have the finalists from the Boston Comedy Festival and one more piece of art from Jessica, so let's just keep going here. As I said, she was a finalist in the Boston Comedy Festival, and I feel your pain because I too was a finalist and spent the money beforehand, and that wasn't fun at Jake's. is that it is such an honor, and I'm so proud of you. You guys, Janelle Draper, everybody. Janelle, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks, Kath. Oh man, I just want to spin a dreidel with you guys. Will you guys adopt me, Bill and Aiden? Mr. Bill and Aiden and me and Ellen, we could be a big family, a Jewish
You really could.
Christian family. Guys, my name's Janelle and I am from Boston. You know, my mom's 100% Italian, my dad's 100% Irish, which means they're 200% divorced. And I'm not over the divorce, so sometimes I'll force them into awkward group text messages just out of spite. I'll be like, hey, I miss ya. But then autocorrect turns it into, hey, I miss us. That is way too thirsty, right? And by autocorrect, I mean I will write, hey, I miss us. And sometimes when I'm home visiting my mom, I'll grab her phone at 3 a.m. and text my dad, you up? Send a couple eggplant emojis. That's my lazy version of Parent Trap. And then I'll put the eggplant emoji under my mom's pillow, and I'll wake up and it's a dick pic. And I'm like, oh, Merry Christmas, Mom. Oh man, you guys, Zoom is so weird. Like, does anyone else get distracted at looking at their own face on here? Like, I hate to admit it, I do, but I mean, so would you if you had all this insecurity. I actually have insecurities about a lot of things. I had scoliosis growing up. I shouldn't have prayed for curves. But it is so nice to see so much full facial nudity on here. Like, I'm really distracted by this great looking audience. You know, at least for the most part, you know, but masks aren't so bad. Like, especially if you're like unfortunate looking, like as long as you don't have a unibrow or a bald spot, you're a solid pandemic 6. You guys, you know, I just recently turned 31, but it's a weird age. Like, I can't believe I'm officially in my 30s and my brain's fully developed. It's scary because I just asked my mom if I could eat a 7-day-old hard-boiled egg.
Oh.
And she was like, yes, but peel it. I know, I'm not a snake. I do wish she told me to chew it though. You know those weirdos who are like, my mom's my best friend. Well, that's me. Kathe, if you were my mom, like if I were Jessica, I'd be like, let's hang out every day. Like, let's do comedy together and die together. No.
Oh my God, you're like speaking my vision board. Go.
I don't know, but it's not just me. Like my mom is really cool, so even my friends want to hang out with her too. And one time my friend Jenna was like, hey, your mom's taking me skinny jean shopping today. You don't mind, right? And I was like, so neither of you are coming to my birthday party? It's okay. You guys have fun. I'll have another one next year. I've been going to therapy for 6 years, probably because my mom doesn't come to my birthday parties. And it's hard being a comedian in therapy because you have a captive audience. You know, I'm like, should I try to work on myself or should I try to get laughs? When I leave, I look at everyone in the waiting room and I'm just like, good luck following that. Lately, though, I've been doing therapy over Zoom, and my therapist is at home with a newborn breastfeeding. And our last session, I asked if we could be Facebook friends, and she said, Janelle, I feel the need to remind you, this is a business relationship. And I was like, then I feel the need to remind you that I can see your areola. You may want to pluck that hair, all right? I don't think the baby is enjoying that hair. This is why I think I'll fit in with Bill and Aiden, because I do smoke pot, but only when I'm anxious, so every day. Sometimes it's hard to enjoy pot when you're an anxious person, so when I smoke with friends, I try to make sure we're super safe, but then all of a sudden, I'm the narc for calling the fire department and ruining the bonfire. And with edibles, you have to be super patient. You know, my grandma gave me a brownie last week, and I'm still waiting for it to kick in. Maybe you're thinking, Janelle, it's just a brownie, but y'all don't know my grandma, okay? Got a green thumb and a checkered past. Gosh, it's just crazy. It's crazy time, right? Like the new ghosting is when your friends text and they're like, let's hang when this is all over. That's like saying, let's go dancing once we have climate change under control. I just can't. I'm like a people pleaser, and I realize I've gone to like 6,500 weddings in my life, but I can't get one bitch to come to my Zoom show. Anyways, that's my time. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Janelle. I'm aspiring to be your grandmother, a green thumb and a checkered past. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. Honestly, like 2021. Really? I will tell you that, you know, when you talked about scoliosis, it did remind me, brought me full circle around Jessica's art, because when Jessica was in high school, and she had her first serious boyfriend, she had made a card for him, and she had it. I saw it before she went to school, and I don't remember exactly what it said, but it had a clip art of Danny DeVito on the top front, and inside it had something about his scoliosis and his mole and how lucky he was to have her. And I was like, no, that's mean. That's mean. You don't say that. And I got the typical like, oh, you have no idea what it's like. You have no idea. You're like, no idea. I'm like, well, you're not bringing this card because this is mean. Even though I was scared, like my voice was shaking a little, you know, like RPG says, like, still say it even though your voice shakes. You're not bringing this card. And so I took it and I brought her to school, and I was really scared picking her up. See, I'm even scared to even think about it now. That's when my Boston accent comes on. I'm like, oh, look, it's scared picking her up. You know what I mean? And she got into the car and she's like, oh, well, I hope you're happy. I had to draw the picture of Danny DeVito. She didn't even take what I said. She just recreated the card. Oh my
God. Maybe Jessica has a future in roasting.
I'll tell you this. She's still with that guy. Ooh. She's still with him. And he even said the same thing. He's like, you really don't get it. Okay, I don't get it.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I get, okay, let's call it amazing. That's not what our therapist says, but let's go. We're going to go with amazing. we'll share her last piece of artwork, which is gingerbread man committing a felony at a CVS.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, so that's where we're at. So the holidays here at the Farris family have been
What?
great. Maybe we should take a. Oh, did it just go up now?
Yeah.
Soft. I like
Okay.
that it says soft drinks.
I know the level of detail, right?
Yeah.
She probably could have been helping with, I don't know, some holiday prep. But, you know, priorities. So, there goes that. This has been Farris and Friends. This is our last show of 2020. I can't think of a better way. I want to thank all of our comedians on tonight. I want to praise Aiden and Bill for their debut. They actually just got another booking and possibly a cooking show. So you're welcome, right? You're welcome. Please follow Kathleen tomorrow and check out her podcast, The Gimme. And please follow Janelle Draper. She is hilarious. You're going to see her everywhere. And we will be back.
Wait a minute.
Ellen, I'm going into my whole thing about what I'm going to be doing in 2021.
Okay, but all right. Let's see.
Wait a minute. And let me give homage to Ellen Sugarman.
There it is. Okay.
Ellen Sugarman.
Thank you. Thank
I will
you.
say, Ellen and I will both be back in 2021. Ellen, are you back in 2021? Are you done with Wicked Good Comedy?
Nope, I'm back in 2021. First Thursday of February is my first show. Mr. Bill and Aiden will be on, and they'll be sending me. As long as they send me cookies, then we.
You can't bribe people, Ellen. They're they're funny. They're
actually,
comedic.
according to my mother, that is more than acceptable to get stuff.
Okay.
I brought you.
And we want to wish the very best to Eli, who has been with us the whole time on his new adventures. And I will be back in February on Friday nights with Farris and Friends. I'm excited about it. Hope you're excited about it too. Check out the Comedy Studio. Not only do we do shows, we also do classes that are filling up. So check us out at thecomedystudio.com. Thank you, Rick Jenkins, for having us. And thank you all comedians for being here. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Thanks, Kath.
All right, we are good.
Ooh, pizza's here.